part of my ministry and the ministry of our diocese that's really important to us is reflecting God's call out into the lives of our young people, and particularly as we're looking for seminarians and looking for men who are discerning what they want to do with their life, and if they have an inkling that they'd like to discern toward priesthood, toward active ministry, we want to be there for them. We want to help them to hear that call. And everybody wants to be in a vocation where they can love and are loved. And so the formation of our seminarians very often helps them with both of those aspects. We want to be sure that we help people hear God's call to love and want them to know that that will be the center of their life. And no matter what vocation they ultimately choose or feel God is choosing them for, that they have the capacity to love and be loved is going to be very important.
Growing up, you first find love in your parents. And so for me, growing up in a very close family helped me to see love as like the primary aspect of my life. We always went to church. We always prayed before meals. We prayed the rosary every night. That was my sense of, this is the most important thing in my life, my faith. My faith that I've been given, right? I was baptized as an infant. I mean, this is the greatest gift. And I always say that. I remind my parents of the greatest gift you have given me is my faith. And so I thought to myself, if this is real, I want to do what God wants for me. I knew that in college seminary, after I'd say kind of my junior senior, like this is where God is calling me. Knowing that God has loved me, especially through my parents, through the faith that has been given to me, I've been able to respond to that through my vocation. And then not just to respond to that, but also to say, I'm convicted that this is where God wants me. When people ask, like, what do you love about being a deacon now, or being a seminarian? And I say, I love what I do. I love the church. I think that's the great grace of the parish, in which I've experienced here at St. Joan of Arc and St. Patrick, is to be able to say, like, there are many people praying for me and giving me a lot of support through this journey towards the priesthood.
None of us can really give of ourselves fully until we know that we ourselves are loved and we're in a secure place. All of these persons involved, myself, Bishop Doherty, the parishes and pastors, the seminary formators, their parents and family members, a big part of what we do of all these support structures is to help the man to know that he is truly loved, supporting you in your discernment of what God may be calling you to do. We have 3 sets of brothers that are currently ordained priests. The Jasinski brothers, the Aaron brothers, and the Dorr brothers. So 3 sets of brothers that are currently ordained priests. Currently in the seminary, Joseph Bauer is the older brother of Father Michael Bauer, who's already ordained. Last year, we welcomed into the ranks of seminarians Josiah Lewis, who is the younger brother of Jeremiah Lewis, who is entering the seminary this year. Certainly another example of just how important it is to the family life and having a strong, faithful Catholic upbringing. And it doesn't have to be anything incredibly extraordinary, going to Mass, praying at home, talking about the faith and witnessing to that in your lives by serving, out in the community and serving at your church. When I look at these families and I ask, well, what things special did you do? What kind of extraordinary things they did? The parents will look at me and say, I don't know. We just did what we thought we were supposed to do as Catholic parents, for our family, and kept our boys available and involved, and here we are.
I think I knew that I was supported from a young age. Our parents always told us that we brothers are always open to the discernment of priesthood and open to a vocation if that's what we're called to. They always let us know that that's an option and it wouldn't be a conflict at all, like we should be open to that.
We grew up cradle Catholic. I don't remember the exact moment, but I just remember at some point Jeremiah really just dove really, really deep into the faith. And he kind of drug our entire family along with him. And I don't think any of us, me, Jeremiah, my family, would be where we are today spiritually because of that.
The support that seminarians are given especially is through the lens of love, trying to will the good of the other, trying to do what allows other people to flourish.
Without people's generosity, it would be impossible for us to be able to go to seminary and to be able to have that education, and really not just education, but formation, and to be able to freely give of himself and to say, hey, there's a lot less pressure for me to say, the diocese is assisting me and aiding me, and I don't have to necessarily worry about that because I can focus on the call that God has given me.
We absolutely couldn't do this without the financial support of the people in the pews. They'll come to me and they'll say, okay, what do you need for the seminarians? And you know, I'd like to provide something for the seminarians or do something nice for the seminarians. And I say, okay, well, have you given to the Catholic Ministries Appeal? They're like, well, yeah, we have. And I go, you've done it already. You know, it's a reminder that by supporting them financially through the Catholic Ministries Appeal, they are doing something tangibly effective to providing support and the ministry that we do to help the formation of these young men as they discern and then ultimately prepare for ordination to the priesthood. This is the core of who we are as Christians, is that the call to move, all of our movement in the world should be a response to and a desire to express love.